YouTube family, what's up? I have got an awesome SUV to show you guys today. This is Americana at its best. Let's jump right into it. You are looking at a 1990 Jeep Grand Wagoneer in the very sought after Dover Gray, and it's got the beautiful Cordova burgundy leather interior. Man, oh man, this is something special right here. For all of you classic SUV fans, this is the Mecca right here. The Jeep Grand Wagoneer. They made this from the early 80s up until 1991. I've been told the last 2 years, 1990 and 1991, were the best years. You know, they really had just pretty much perfected this product by then. And somewhere in the mid to late 80s, Daimler Chrysler bought it from AMC and just made it a much better product. So yeah, the Jeep Grand Wagoneer, it's a classic, it's timeless, it's perfect. I mean, the lines, the wood grain, the wheels, the hood ornament, the roof rack, all the chrome. It's not too much, it's just enough. It's not subtle, but it's not boring. It's not too in your face. It never goes out of style. It's got the stance, it's got the lines, it's got the shape. And man, oh man, this Dover Gray, best color they made in it. Again, I think it's one of the most sought after colors because it's just beautiful. It's got a bluish silver tint to it. It's very classy. It really just pairs well with the gorgeous wood grain. So yeah, this is it. And talk about a fun driver, man. I mean, the attention, the way it rides, the way it handles, it's just awesome. This was the Range Rover for back in the 80s. What Range Rover is today, this was what that was in the 1980s. And what's so funny is I know by 1990, this was a tired looking vehicle. So many people, when they see it, they're like, what year is that? When I say 1990, they're thinking it's like a 1970 something or like a 1980. I'm like, no, it's a 1990. So yeah, by 1990, this was getting long in the tooth. It was getting dated, but you know, it's just such a retro, it was a retro looking vehicle when they made it. And I think that's what people have loved so much about the Jeep Grand Wagoneer. It's so epic. It's been in so many movies, so many shows. It takes me back to my childhood in the 80s watching like Uncle Buck. And yeah, so it's just, I don't think there's any other SUV as iconic as the Jeep Grand Wagoneer. A true town and country type of vehicle. Looks good in the suburbs, looks good in the country, looks good in the city. You take it anywhere and people love it. It looks great. Just a really well-versed, all-around, cool, unique, classic Americana vibe going on. So yeah, this one was sold brand new in Fredericksburg, Virginia. And it's been in Virginia most of its life. I bought it from the second owner who was in Austin, Texas. And it's highly original, only 130,000 miles on it. And the only thing that's really been done other than, you know, some just regular mechanical maintenance and stuff was in I think it was 2010, the second owner had it repainted. He said the wood grain was fine, the chrome was fine. He said there was just some, paint fade going on with it and some, little flaking and patina. These had issues with the paint coming off the factory from everyone I've talked to. And he said it wasn't horrible, but he was, kind of a perfectionist like I am, wanted to take it to car shows and really have it look like it should. So he had a really nice paint job put on it. It is, I guess, technically it's driver quality, but I mean, it's not far from show quality. It wasn't a frame off, but it's hard to tell it wasn't. It's a really, really good paint job. To me, it looks, I mean, you have to have a very trained eye to see it's not the original paint. Only way you can tell is because the original paints were terrible on these. So this is a really nice paint job. So it's actually better than it was when it came off the factory floor in 1990. But anywho, yeah, so that's really all that's been redone on it was 2010, the paint job. But yeah, the wood grain is original, all the chrome. I mean, even the rails, you know, still have the nice wood here. You won't find any rust, any issues, any bubbling. Again, it was in Virginia pretty much its entire life until the late or middle part of the 2010s era, and that's when the second owner took it to Texas, and I bought it in like 2017 from him. So third owner, gorgeous vehicle, straight as an arrow, no dents, no dings, no creases. Bumpers are in awesome shape. Had the white wall tires put on just like they had back then. These are factory correct. Don't know if you know this, but if you want a nice Michelin tire like this with a white wall, you actually have to go through a white wall company. Yeah, not cheap, but this is exactly how it's supposed to be. You know, we want it period correct. And again, the chrome is in great shape. You won't find pitting or any issues like that. The second owner in Texas told me, he's obviously stored this inside all of his life, but the original owner who ordered it new out of Fredericksburg, Virginia, from the Jeep Eagle dealership there, said that the original owner, when he retired, it was a businessman, always wanted one of these, and this was his retirement gift to himself, and apparently he babied the heck out of it. And once you see the inside of this, it's all original. You will get what I'm saying. It has been well taken care of. No kids or pets, no smoke. Clearly it's been kept inside. There's no, you know, cracked dash and faded seats or, you know, console that's all broken up. But yeah, next video, I'll show you that one coming up. So anywho, this is it, 1990 Jeep Grand Wagoneer. This is the vehicle of the 80s. Everybody in the country clubs in the 80s had one of these. You know, think of like, you know, upstate New York, going to the Poconos, you're riding around in one of these, or Hamptons, you know, everyone coming out of New York City, going to the Hamptons, driving around in the Grand Wagoneer. That was the vehicle back then to have. The Range Rover of the 80s. This is so much fun, and again, I just can't. I've had so many vehicles, tons of cool classics from the 70s, from the 80s, and 90s, but something about this one, it's got the vibe, it's got the style, and it's just a classic. It's just a really fun classic. Everything that you want in a classic, this one just delivers, and just does so in style. So